today's the day. A day for hoverboards and flying cars, and why is it that whenever I have complete faith in a movie, it always lets me down? I mean, The Wizard of Oz lets me believing that singing out of the blue was completely acceptable. Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Will you shut the up? Thanks. And actually, that's about it. Well, that and the fact that the 80s completely predicted the future wrong. Case in point, Back to the Future. In 1985, actors Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd were on top of the world. Fox was busy starring in the sitcom Family Ties, then in its third season, and Lloyd was right out of his Emmy Award-winning tenure on Taxi. Clearly, these two were very successful with audiences and needed to be seen together. Hence the reason Eric Stoltz was cast opposite Lloyd at first. At the time, Fox's agents just couldn't make it work. When the director, Robert Zemeckis, found the footage to be good, but not quite what he was looking for, he decided to let Stoltz go. And if you're ever curious as to what Biff Tannen had to say about Eric Stoltz, here's a clip explaining it.
Hey, what's Michael J. Fox like? He's nice. What's Christopher Lloyd like? Kinda quiet. What's Crispin Glover like? Unusual. Stop asking me the question.
Smashing. When Fox was brought on board, Zemeckis finally got the footage he was looking for. The result? Lots of screaming.
Holy shit! Ah! Ah!
And screaming. And screaming. So, we start this movie with the famous Universal logo. Huh. I hope this original movie is Howard the Duck good. If you're ever feeling down, just remember, you can. Marty, hey Marty, you might not want to do that. I don't know, just be much more powerful than you think. So this supposed to be 16-year-old is Marty McFly, played by Michael J. Fox. He's over at Doc Brown's house, who's an inventor.
Whoa. I can roll.
My equipment. That reminds me, Marty, you better not hook up to the amplifier. There's a slight possibility of overload.
You think? As you can see, Marty is sporting the very stylish headphone earmuff look, very popular in the 80s. As you can probably see, Marty is a bit of a, for lack of a better term,
Slacker.
I mean, look at him. He skateboards, waves at aerobics classes, and has Huey Lewis follow him around for montages. Lucky bastard.
Oh, Jennifer.
Marty, don't go this way. Strickland's looking for you. If you get caught, it'll be 4 tardies in a row.
Exposition! This is Jennifer, Marty's girlfriend, played by Claudia Wells. She will play a huge role in the next one, where she won't even be the same actress.
Re-elect Mayor Goldie Wilson. Progress is his middle name.
Wow, I really hope this movie isn't emphasizing things that will come into play later. That would be ridiculously clever.
Well, she's not doing a very good job.
Terrible.
Save the clock tower! Save the clock tower! Mayor Wilson is sponsoring an initiative to replace that clock. 30 years ago, lightning struck that clock tower, and the clock hasn't run since.
Foreshadowing. Marty gets home in time to see his dad, George, played by Crispin Glover, being bullied by Biff Tannen, played by Thomas F. Wilson. This sets up the main conflict of the movie.
I never noticed that the car had any blind spot before when I would drive it. Son.
But what are you, blind, McFly? It's there. How else you explain that wreck out there? What are you looking at, butthead? Say hi to your mom for me.
The phrase that spawned 1,000 sales. Later, we are introduced to Marty's mother, Lorraine, played by Leah Thompson, as well as his siblings. They really aren't that important, but they do shout good exposition.
And at your answering service, while you're outside pouting over the car, Jennifer Parker called you twice.
I don't like her, Marty. Any girl who calls up a boy is just asking for trouble.
Oh, Mother, there's nothing wrong with calling a boy.
I think it's terrible. Girls chasing boys.
Play it. We then get an exposition dump featuring plot points I'm sure won't ever be seen over the course of the movie.
The way I met your father. That was so stupid. Grandpa hit him with the car.
I'll sum it up for you. Children, while your father was busy being a pervert, he got hit by a car and we fell in love. Oh yeah, there was a dance in there somewhere too. I always knew he was a creep. Now everyone watch your father laugh at the TV. So Marty meets up with Doc at Twin Pines Mall where he unveils his newest invention. Marty cannot believe it.
Are you telling me that you built a DeLorean? Out of a time machine?
Dustin Reckling, defying expectations since that one time. After a test that really should be called Bark to the Future, we are informed that the DeLorean actually runs on plutonium, which Doc ripped off from... I'm not touching that one. The Libyans show up and get the plot moving. Just kidding. But they do end up chasing Marty around the mall parking lot in a scene that really should be titled Mario Kart to the Future, and Marty ends up going, you guessed it, Back to the Future. He ends up in a barn in a scene that really should be titled Back to the Moocher, and upsets a lowly farmer.
You space bastard! You killed my pan!
After hiding the DeLorean behind a sign, Marty treks to Hill Valley in the 50s, where things are completely different. Okay, well that doesn't happen, but he does go to a diner to get some help.
Yeah. Give me a tab.
Tab? I can't give you a tab unless you order something.
Right, give me a Pepsi free.
You want a Pepsi, pal? You're gonna pay for it.
It's funny because they don't have those. Marty, coincidentally, has stumbled upon a confrontation between Biff and George. He witnesses a conversation that seems all too familiar.
What do you think you're doing?
Biff.
Hey, I'm talking to you, McFly, you Irish bug.
Oh, hey, Biff. Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, you got my homework finished, McFly?
But his dad gets away and Marty finds him beeping. Again, that doesn't happen, but he is rescued by someone mysterious. His mom.
My name is Lorraine. Lorraine Baines?
Yeah. But you're so thin.
Now, this is part of the reason the movie had a tough time finding a distributor or even just a company to make it. Disney thought it was too risque, while the companies like Warner Brothers and Columbia thought it didn't push the envelope far enough. All I know is Marty didn't exactly pack for the future. In a suitcase, anyway. One awkward family dinner later, Marty reunites with Doc and presents him some very interesting information.
What did I just say? This sucker's electrical, but I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity.
1.21 gigawatts!
All we need is a little plutonium.
Oh, I'm sure that in 1985, plutonium was available in every corner drugstore, but in 1955, it's a little hard to come by. Marty, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you're stuck here.
Oh no, what is he supposed to do now?
Look at this. Look what you wrote here, Doc. I mean, that says it all.
Convenient!
It's a spite work.
Next Saturday night, we're sending you back to the future.
Roll credits.
Marty now has to spend a week in the past and try not to screw anything else up. But, you know, that's kind of like asking Orson Scott Card not to say anything stupid in his blog. He tries to set up his dad with Lorraine, but she seems more into him than George.
Calvin!
I'd like to meet my good friend, George McFly. Hi. It's really a pleasure to meet you.
How's your head?
Oh, good. Fine.
Oh, I've been so worried about you ever since you ran off the other night.
Doc then makes a shocking discovery.
Doc, she didn't even look at him.
This is more serious than I thought. Apparently your mother is amorously infatuated with you instead of your father.
Whoa, wait a minute. Doc, are you trying to tell me that my mother has got the hots for me?
Precisely.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Marty tries to get George to ask Lorraine to the dance, but George gets intimidated by Biff, who is also courting her.
You want it. You know you want it. You know you want me to give it to you.
Shut your filthy mouth. I'm not that kind of girl.
Oh, well, maybe you are, and you just don't know it yet.
Strickland stops a potential fight, and Marty is right back chasing George again.
George, if you do not ask Lorraine to that dance, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. But I can't go to the dance. I'll miss my favorite television program, Science Fiction Theater.
Some gentle persuasion on Marty's part gets George to muster up some courage and actually ask Lorraine to the dance.
I'm your density. I mean, your destiny.
However, Biff arrives before he's able to say what he needs to.
I thought I told you never to come in here. What's it gonna cost you? How much money you got on you?
Well, how much you want, Biff?
Marty is suddenly on a race for his life and is skateboarding through it. It's noted somewhere that the original ending to this movie that the skateboarding got so popular that it had become illegal in the United States by 1985. I don't know, it's just kind of fascinating how far a movie can come when you tweak the story a little bit. Oh shit! Literally.
I'm gonna get that son of a bitch.
Marty then goes back to Doc's garage where Doc has created a plan to help him get back to the future without using plutonium.
Release!
Lorraine ruins their fiery fun by asking Marty to the dance.
Does he dance on Saturday?
You mean nobody's asked you?
Disturbed by this development, Marty talks to George about a way to get to Lorraine.
I'm hands off her. You really think I ought to swear? Yes, definitely. God damn it, George, swear.
Heading into the third act, we get a fairly heavy scene involving Doc's future.
Dear Dr. Brown, on the night that I go back in time, you will be shot by terrorists. Please take whatever precautions are necessary to prevent this terrible disaster. Your friend, Marty.
And this is what I really like about this movie. It plays around with themes such as destiny and the future and how uncertain we are about it. Holding knowledge about things can be a curse and a blessing. This is wrapped up fairly nicely in the third movie by the great and powerful Doc here.
But what does that mean?
It means your future hasn't been written yet. No one's has. Your future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one. Both of you.
We will, Doc!
That third movie, though. I just want to note that the first and third acts of this movie are so long. It takes a long time for the movie to establish its 1980s stories and then get the 1950s world for the audience. Not much happens in the middle other than a lot of repetition, and the last third is the dance, the lightning storm, and the changed destiny of the 80s. And it takes forever. But we'll get back to it. On the night of the dance, Marty and his mom decide to park.
Swiped it from the old lady's liquor cabinet.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't drink.
Ugh. It's like the filmmakers are trying to make me what to do based on their stupid little movie. This is vodka. Lorraine tries to get fresh with Marty, but he gets really uncomfortable really fast.
But when I kiss you, it's like I'm kissing my brother.
That's funny, because it also reminds me of a scene that was deleted from the film.
Can't believe I'm actually gonna feel up my own mother. You know, this is the kind of thing that could screw me up permanently. Well, what if I go back to the future and I end up being gay?
Why shouldn't you be happy?
Anyway, Uh-oh, Biff shows up. Wow, I wonder how this could get any...
Hey, you.
Okay.
Get your damn hands off. Oh.
In a true act of love, George knocks Biff right on his ass and all seems well. The movie can be done now, right? What do you mean we still have 24 minutes left? Oh god. This is going to be the most boring, waning, atrocious,
20 minutes later,
awesome, heart-pounding, action-packed climax ever. You got the lightning, and you got the crashing, and the yelling, and the peril, and the... Long story short, literally, it's a long story, about 10 minutes worth. Marty is back in 1985 and watching Doc get killed again. Ah! Kill it with fire! Just kidding. Doc read Marty's letter from before and saved his own ass. Movie over? Wait, what? How?
Paul calls me.
Why?
Tell me working at the boutique
Where?
late tonight.
Who?
Linda, first of all, I'm not your...
Okay, I'm gonna need some help explaining this. Merida, do you have anything to say?
If you had the chance to change your fate, would you?
Marty has, indeed, changed his parents' lives for the better. Because he took the alcohol from Lorraine and got George to beat on Biff, they are happier, more well-adjusted people. Okay, everything is different, but happy. Movie over? Yes, Doc comes back to take Marty and Jennifer to the future in order to save their kids from making a dumb decision. And in a very impressive special effects shot and the credits roll. About damn time, that ending took forever. And that beginning, wow, I thought it would never get started. But you know, I can't help but love it. Back to the Future is a movie that never ceases to capture my attention and holds it until the very end. The characters are likable and the story runs at a brisk pace that never slows down except when it needs to. Even though the time period is a little dated, the dialogue remains fresh because Zemeckis didn't use much 80s slang. He kept it timeless so it's able to be viewed by generations to come. You might be wondering, is there more to this story? It can't just end with the trio flying away, can it? And it does not. The adventure continues in Back to the Future Part 2, where, if you were confused by the time travel logic in this one, man, you're gonna get so lost in that one. This is Dustin signing off, but only for now.